Hey everyone, and welcome to another Marks & Crafts Pop-Up Parade review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Pop Up Parade Kamina from Gurren Lagann. And as you can see, compared to the Simon in my previous video, if you haven't already seen that, there is a link in the description. He is much larger than the Simon box, and the figure is quite a bit larger, but that's mainly because of the cape accessory. This is a slightly different thing to the regular pop-up parades. As you can probably see, there's an extra little accessory in there. That's a swappable hairpiece that comes with sunglasses, so you can display Kamina in his most iconic sort of look. So we'll get right into it. I'm sorry if it looks a bit dark, but that's because I'm using mostly natural light for these videos at the moment, because I would like a larger light box, and my setup at the moment is a little precarious, so I've just been using this general little look, but I feel like it gives a better idea of a lot of the figures, how they'll actually look in any collector's hands, because most of the time you'll be looking at it through natural light, so it's a little more accurate, I feel at least. So here's Kamina straight out of the box, and let's have a good look at him. So, as you can see, the face is sculpted quite nicely. I am liking this face a lot more than the Simon. I do like that his skin color is noticeably just a tiny bit darker, which makes sense because in the series he was just a tiny bit sort of like darker skinned or tanned, wasn't quite clear. But he's got these nice tattoos all around his arm and his body, and it's looking very nice. I like the detail of the cape. The cape is not removable. It is very firmly stuck on him. Like nice detail on his chest, the bandages, his belt, his sort of samurai-ish chino sort of pants. It's hard to describe. His massive sandals, as well as his very iconic Gurren Lagann skull and sunglasses design, and the flame red cape. That just looks really nice, really dynamic, really clean paint. Nothing really to pick at. I will go in for a bit of a closer look on him. If I want to nitpick, paint's not that clean just here. Not super clean on the sort of bandages there. There's a few little scuff marks. But again, when it's main viewing angle, it is perfectly fine. And much like the Simon, when we see the actual pose of the Kamina, it's not a super dynamic pose, but it is an incredibly iconic pose for the character, and it matches the character just fine, especially with a series that's predominantly mecha. There's not a lot that the pilots themselves can do, so it's good to choose something that is iconic for them and matches them. And the other thing is, while they don't actually like connect, the figures do match rather nicely if you get them going just like that. So it's a nice sort of like mirror effect of the figures. You can pose them however you want, really. I kind of prefer if both arms are sort of matching like that. This is also a good indicator of how large the Simon is compared to the Kamina, because all of these pop-up parades are roughly sort of like 1 to 10-ish scale. They don't really have a scale, but they're definitely not 1/8 or anything like that. They definitely hover between the 1/9, 1/10 variety. Definitely depends on the character, because again, we are getting a lot of things that are sort of non-scale or don't really have a proper scale, like there's going to be Titanform Eren and things like that, and that definitely won't be in the same scale as everything else. But as far as like same series are concerned currently, these are definitely in the same scale as each other. They look very nice. You can see the difference in skin tone and also expression, because Kamina was always sort of drawn differently to Simon, so you can see both have a sort of different design aesthetic going on just a little bit, and they look good together. While I did bash the Simon for having a grey base in the previous video, seeing as Kamina's base matches in the exact same colour, not too much of an issue. Again, would have been nice if it was a bright, vibrant colour, but that would have had to be the case for both of them. So I'm okay with it being the grey thing as long as they match. We'll see about the Yoko that's coming up, but we'll just have to tackle that when it happens. Alright, so here is the alternate hairpiece. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. There's the alternate hairpiece. You can see the sunglasses are attached to it, and there's just a small peg that goes into the top of the head here. So we'll go and do a tiny bit of brain surgery on Kamina. So I believe it should just lift out like so, and he looks just a tiny bit horrifying there. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I might make that the thumbnail. And then this bit will just slot in here, and he is looking great like that. I don't know if it can go in a little bit. No, that's as much as it can go in. And yes, that is the iconic Gurren Lagann look. That's what you want out of one of these figures. I am very happy that there is an option part, because Pop Up Parade, you don't necessarily expect it, but it is definitely appreciated. Fantastic that they did something like that. Also, I forgot to do it in the previous video. So Simon from base to head is roughly about 19 to 20 centimeters tall. The figure itself is about 17.5 centimeters tall. Kamina, on the other hand, is quite a bit larger, so he stands base and all about 23 centimeters, without the base just over 21 centimeters. So they aren't huge figures, but together they definitely make a big display, and it'll be nice having the Yoko match here. Again, when I was saying about posing and the dynamic pose and not much to do with them, doing something simple like this is probably the best idea they've had. Simple, dynamic, and they match. And yeah, that's really good. The only other thing that they could have possibly done is make the cape an option part, but again, this is not something that you'd expect from Pop Up Parade for like a budget line. So what they've done is perfectly fine, works fantastic. I'm very happy with how it's turned out. And yeah, it's another really solid figure. Really like the detail work, can't really fault it too much. I am becoming less picky on these unless it's a major issue on the face or something like that, but on this one I'm very happy with it. I've always preferred Kamina over Simon, and I remember his design a lot more clearly than Simon, so that's why I'm not so nitpicky about the face and things like that. And even then, I'm not too fussed about Simon's face. The only thing that sort of throws me off is how wide his smile is. I'm just going to bring him back into frame. I just feel like his smile is just a tiny bit too wide. It looks a bit goofy. But no, the Kamina I'm perfectly happy with. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll just go do a couple more quick little shots of him. But yeah, I am pretty happy with how this guy turned out. Really nice, dynamic, really well detailed. You have an option part, which is even better. Gonna give him one good dynamic shot. And that's pretty much it. He is a fantastic looking figure. Really solid, really happy with how Pop Up Parade are going lately, and I'm keen to see more what they do with other IPs, what else they can do with Gurren Lagann, because we're getting Simon, Kamina, and Yoko, like, you could probably put Nia, you could put Spiral King and things like that. See where we go from here. Basically, the possibilities are endless for Pop Up Parade, especially with licenses like Hades, Helltaker, and things like that. We can get a lot done. But this is just a small taste of it, and it's already paying off. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you all next time.